I'm going to make a video today because that's a thing I regularly do now. I'm doing wiring today. I have my soldering iron right here. It's probably heated up by now. It's been plugged in for a while. I got to hook this up. This is my alternator plug. I'm going to hook up the L terminal, which I believe is this wire right here. You can see where I've already cut it. Actually, this was already hooked up. I just had an issue with the alternator and I had to send it out, and I wanted to call up the supplier, made sure I didn't hook it up wrong, which this wire that I did have hooked up, it is supposed to go to the dash light. So I believe that is L. So if you want to hook your alternator charge light up, it's terminal L on a CS130 or CS133, I forgot what it is. So I'm going to probably cut the rest of these off. This big wire, you do not want to use it. Don't hook it to the output like you would like on an SI10 or something. Don't use it. Only use the one wire that you need. That's it. It's a self-exciting alternator. So I'm going to do that. Also, my air conditioning compressor. It's pretty much wired straight to the car. So if you had to take off the compressor, you have to cut the power wire. So since I'm not using it, I decided to take a O2 sensor. The wiring, it's just a one wire. I don't want to get these. I already pulled out the leads. I just don't want to get them mixed up. But what I'm going to do, since it's just a one wire connector, I'm going to reuse it, and I'm going to use it to where I can just disconnect the compressor if I needed to. I need to do something about that. And the torque converter lockup. I did hook up the torque converter lockup. If you've seen a previous video of mine, not that anybody watches my videos, but I hooked it. I pretty much extracted the wiring the same way I did with this one. Shove a screwdriver in it, twist it around, and eventually it'll pull out. I'll show you how I have my torque converter locked up. Well, how I have the wiring hooked up. So I'll do that first, actually. Yeah, thanks. This is how I have the torque converter lockup hooked up, and this is going to be kind of hard for me to see because it's a deep cavity. I believe this wire is purple or violet, I can't really tell. And then the top wire, okay, that's not it, that's what I cut. This wire, it's got a stripe on it. I honestly don't know what color that is. I'm not good with colors. But that's where the connector is. It's just off to the, okay, you got the vacuums, where the vacuum goes is right next to it, which is where my finger's at, but you can't see that. And then, man, that picture is blurry. Okay, well, anyways, this purple wire right here, got a test light hooked up. I'm gonna turn the key on. Okay, fans do not need to be on for this. Okay, now I'm gonna push the pedal, and there's an airplane. I'm gonna push the pedal, should go off, as it does. So that's how I have my converter locking up. Now, this is gonna be hard with one hand, but if you take the test light out, you put it in that top pin. I don't know if that's gonna stay or not, but I'm gonna push the pedal. Okay, it's depressed right now, so that's constant 12 volts. So go back down. Well, I mean, you get the idea. So that's where I have my converter locked up. I do not have a vacuum switch. I'm not going to use one. I don't like them. I've used them before. They're terrible. I'm just going to stay away from them. So, okay, that's torque converter lockup. I'm going to move on to, I think I'm going to move on to the compressor now. I got to cut this thing. I have it zip tied to one of the AC lines. Okay, that's done. Hopefully you can see this, which I think I say a lot. But anyways, this is my air conditioning compressor power wire. The compressor grounds itself out just through the pulleys and the brackets and everything else that's attached to it. I'm gonna do stuff. Since I goofed up the first time I did this, I'm gonna try it again. These connectors, what make it a connector, those go on last. I do have my weather strip, the weather grommet, I don't care what it's called. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So loud. Okay. Okay, now, well, hold these things in. Make sure you extend those things back out. That wouldn't help. That's good. That's one side. Thought I did this already. Oh, that could have not been nice. Just dumb. Why? Okay, that's good. This should just slip over as long as you put it over the right way. There. Oh, that's awesome. There's one side. I'm going to be upset if this is too short. Oh, that's perfect. There. Now I can just disconnect the thing if I needed to. Okay, I'm going to move on to the alternator. Okay, I'm going to tape these all up and just plug it in. Here's a quick rundown of the alternator and air compressor. Okay, this is going to the L terminal. That's for your charge light. I got that all electrical taped up. I just kept the regular the length of the wires just in case. You know, if something happened to where I went with a different alternator, they're all there. And you can just hide it with electrical tape anyways. I think it looks better besides just cutting them off down here. So that's how that is. It's going into the wiring loom right there. And then here's how I got the compressor. I might take a zip tie and zip tie it up somewhere. But yeah, that's it. I think that's a good use out of something you're not going to ever need. No point in just soldering it up to the HVAC every time, so why not put a connector in? Okay, I'm going to go now. Bye.